and we are live. Hello, Facebook.
Hello, Facebook.
Hello, everyone. Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News. Instagram.com/THS.Wrestling. I've had about 4 hours of sleep, and I remembered all of that. My name is John. Y'all know Neeson, and we have a special guest with us today. Justin Dillon. You are special. You're very special.
The
guest.
Wrestling Classic, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
You have...
The Wrestling Classic is in the house on the handshake show.
Oh, my God. And the Macho Man's here, too.
We got some Neft vodka.
Yeah, you got the Neft vodka.
We got the thing going on.
We got
here.
everything going on.
What's up, man?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm great. A little sweaty, a little long day, but I'm great.
I am right there with
Why
you.
are wrestling conventions always so hot?
I don't know.
That's a great question. And it's usually...
Like, aren't we the worst fans to put in a hot environment?
That's what
I brought the...
No offense to anybody.
I will tell you right now, in my messenger bag, I do have my deodorant with me.
No, I make sure.
But you're smart.
We're smart fans, but there is a fan... There's a portion of the fan base that...
Guys, always, if you're going to be in a crowded room...
this is a bad way to start on the hashtag show. I love all of you. You guys are all great.
No, it's great. We are happy to have you with us. I guess before guys, fill the comments with your thoughts here on AEW Revolution. What a pay-per-view we just saw.
Please tell us how much you guys love Cody Rhodes' new badass tattoo.
Guys, we...
I like to call it bad decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you mean bad as in bad.
That is indeed an American nightmare. Nailed it. Nailed it. So before we get to that, we were at LAX Fan Fest today, bright and early. We had a pretty fantastic day, I
came up on this great shirt, guys.
Yeah.
I love that shirt.
Total debacle. Total debacle.
Yeah.
.co, I believe.
I thought it was .co.
Just look up Total Debacle.
Look up
You'll
Total
find him.
Debacle on Instagram, you guys. They have an amazing deal with this shirt. It's a Jerry West package. Shout out Lakers. You get the shirt, you get the socks, you get the bottle opener, and you get a koozie, all for $44. Pay me for this plug, and I'm giving the plug. So get the shirt, and then hop over to the Wrestling Classics Instagram page and buy the shirt. He also has his own Chalkline jacket.
That to me is...
Shout out to Chalkline. I love you guys since day one.
The man is incredible. We're just trying to get our own beer koozies, and he has his own Chalkline jacket.
I'd be fine with a THS Wrestling beer koozie.
Right.
I would be like, I've made it.
I don't think I have a beer koozie.
Well, that's what we need to get. We need to get a beer koozie.
It's already in production.
Right.
He just said that.
It's happening already.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have a beer koozie.
Like falls in the sky. I'm like, oh, where did this come from?
So, LAX Fan Fest, a lot of fun. We did a lot of cool interviews. Neeson, run through them because I probably remember Devon Dudley and Stu Bennett.
That was like the last two.
That was the last two.
So, guys, interviews that we had was Rikishi and Black Pearl. I remember Black Pearl because he corrected me live on the interview. Then we had Devon Dudley. Well, not then, but we had Devon Dudley. We had Kelly. We had Chavo Guerrera. We had Darren Young. We had Enzo Amore. And, well, we talked to Gail Kim, but we didn't talk to Gail Kim on camera. We already said Devon Dudley three times. And
3 times.
Yeah, that's really, you caught it, right?
I got it. I got my Dudley Boy shirt on.
And that was all that we talked to on camera.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun, just hanging out, seeing some local vendors. Yeah. It doesn't feel real that we were talking to all of these legends.
No, and they loved to talk, and they talked.
Oh, they loved it.
And it was amazing. They opened up. We got some exclusives.
Yes, we got an exclusive from Devon Dudley about a little project that WWE said no on. You'll see that in the video. They'll be up soon. I think our reaction to that was, what? And then, of course they didn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued now. I don't know what that is. I wasn't.
I will just say it is about a tag team that he wanted to put together, and that's the little tease that we will go with. But man, guys,
this ain't water.
That I hope. I mean, I wish it had more caffeine in it, but
there's something else you can put in it.
What's that? Is it Neft vodka?
That's the
Neft
stuff.
vodka.
Neft
Shout
vodka.
out to Neft
okay,
vodka.
So a lot of fun at LAX Fan Fest. We will have all that content up soon. We talked to a lot of great people, but let's talk about AEW Revolution. This pay-per-view was pretty. I think overall thoughts. Justin, what do you think your overall thoughts are of this?
Nothing was horrible, but I don't think anything was super memorable.
Ooh, okay. Neeson?
I'm kind of in the same vein. I thought it was a solid pay-per-view. I thought they gave it a pay-per-view feel. I know Cody said going into this that it was their WrestleMania event. I thought that was a hyperbole, and he was just pushing for the buys. But it definitely felt like a pay-per-view.
Oh, 100%.
I thought I just think it probably would have felt better if it was a little switcheroosies on the matches and the orders.
I agree. I think like right after Dustin and Hager, the two matches after that, like, and either one of those could have started off tonight to kick things off in higher gear, but that wasn't the case. But overall, like, I don't know, like, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, like, if I was just gonna give an overall review, like, Moxley winning the belt is obviously something that is memorable, and we'll remember when it happened. Cody and MJF, I think it left a little bit more to be desired, but I think it's not over yet. That's why.
Right.
And then when it comes to one thing I think I'll actually really remember is this is the most we've kind of seen out of Orange Cassidy yet.
Yeah, I mean, this was for sure.
Tried.
He did try. And for people, I mean, who have not, I think we said this on Thursday, there is the alter ego of Orange Cassidy out there for people to check out. I would just find a colony of ants.
I'd rather don't check it out. Let it unfold for you over AEW television. Don't be that person that comes on there and be like, well, I already saw this, because that's what wrestling fans do. They ruin things for themselves.
Well, I'm just saying a lot of people don't know that the person behind Orange Cassidy can go.
Talented.
He is very talented.
We saw a little bit of that today.
And
very talented.
We saw a decent amount of that. And I thought they mixed the comedy well in that match. I thought Pac.
They have Pac playing a comedy.
The perfect wrestler of the past few years, man. Ever since he started that King of Cruiserweights thing in the WWE, he's been running since then and Dragon Gate with this bastard gimmick in AEW. He's got his character down. He knows who he is. You can put him against someone serious, you take him seriously. He proved now you can put him with someone silly, and he's still serious, but he'll have a little fun.
He'll
with
do
it.
Yeah, he'll play along until he's done with it, and then he'll knock you out.
Which is the most perfectly rounded character out there.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, he's a great promo too.
How great of his promos been?
Oh my goodness, he's just
bastard.
I would not be surprised if, I mean, we'll get to Moxley and where he's got, but I would not be surprised if Pac's the next one
by the end of 2020. He has to be.
Absolutely.
I hope. I did mention earlier that they need a mid-card title, and Pac would be perfect for that. But maybe he should be going for the big one.
Maybe. I think I 100%.
Yeah.
I think he is. I don't want to diss a title that doesn't exist yet, but I think he is above the mid-card title for sure.
No, 100%.
100%.
Is anyone asking questions?
People,
on this Facebook Live? Do you got some reactions? Anybody talking about Cody's beautiful tattoo?
No one is talking about Cody's beautiful tattoo yet, but someone says James Ellsworth is the leader of the Dark Order. Oh, look at that. I mean, just leave that picture up the entire time. Let's talk about this, guys. So Cody comes out, and we notice, he does his grand entrance, and we see that he has something new on the side of his neck.
Oh, you mean the band that played with him?
Yes,
the band wasn't good either, though.
No, the band was kind of... I think somebody joked on Twitter when he ran backstage, he made sure to tell them they were never playing live again.
Hold on. Let's pause this match real quick. I gotta go say something.
Yeah.
This never playing again.
Guys, let us know what you think of this tattoo, this neck tattoo. I think for me, knowing that this was a real tattoo took me completely out of this match. Because I could not stop thinking about it.
Everybody, I kept saying, guys, it's a real tattoo.
Is it bad?
It was like, oh, it's fake. And I'm like,
the tattoo turned him into a heel for me, instantly. I'm like, oh, I don't like him no more.
Damn.
Wow. So you're done.
Tattoo.
It's a tattoo. Wow. I just can't.
Wow. That's it for you.
Wow. I wasn't the biggest Cody fan in the first place, but I got the hype with him being over as AEW's top babyface.
Yeah.
But the tattoo, man,
that's it. You're
MJF
done.
would never do that.
MJF would never do that.
MJF would never put a tattoo on his neck like that.
I almost choked on
and that's why he's better than you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Next, if MJF comes out with a neck tattoo, then maybe I'll change on him too. But that's...
I don't think that will be happening.
MJF should get the ring tattooed on his neck.
Oh, the ring that he won that he punched out Cody with at the end.
Diamond ring.
Can I ask you, was that ring supposed to be like the middle card title or something?
I was getting very some Battle Bowl feels from that. I mean, everyone gets the.
Yeah.
God, I'm such a mark for old WCW. The Battle Bowl ring.
It's great. Man.
But yeah, I guess it might have been, but then they didn't really do anything with it. He just won it, and everyone
defend a ring.
I guess not.
Can't defend it, but you can sure use it to lay somebody out.
Out
maybe all the other moves in wrestling didn't lay him out, but a ring.
The ring did for sure.
A match that we haven't really talked about, though, that I think we should touch on that was really like kind of underrated was the Sammy Guevara Darby Allin
my
match.
goodness.
I don't think that was underrated. I think
not underrated, but I feel like that's the last thing that was kind of on our mind right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I thought maybe that should have. They opened the show with the Hager Rhodes match, and that kind of felt like maybe they should have opened with the Darby Sammy match.
I agree,
because that would have. I mean, the crowd obviously, loves Darby Allin, rightfully so. Yeah. I think that would have been a cool way to start off the show. Sammy is just amazing in the ring. He's just a bumping machine.
What was that, a 630 splash?
630.
Yeah. And he hit hip to hip. And God, have you ever been hit on your hip bone? You know how much that hurts. So running into somebody else's hip bone, falling down, doing a 630 spin. Do you know how much that hurts?
My little cousin got a concussion jumping on his twin sister and hitting her hip bone. So it's a real deal.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling. And I just kept saying, "Oh, his hip! Oh, his hip!"
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
But I think that would have been. I mean, that match. Yeah, I think in the scheme of things, maybe underrated overall on the card for sure. But that match, paired back to back with the AEW World Tag Team Title match, that's a 1-2 punch right there.
Now, question: do both of you guys think the right person won that match?
The tag match, or
no, Darby Allin.
Yeah, no, 100%. I said at the end, I'm like, Sammy's got a position. He's got a long way to go. He's gonna be someone for sure. He didn't really need the win. I think Darby's like right now. He's like that next guy that's climbing that that invisible ladder right now to potentially be a guy that could be the first mid-card champion whenever that comes around, or someone to challenge. Well, I guess he wouldn't really challenge Moxley, but it'd be cool for like a Dynamite or something, you know?
Yeah.
He's the guy that I think they should be pushing right now. Sammy's going to be around for. He's young. He's like, what, 22, 23?
About,
maybe younger?
Yeah.
He's got all the time in the world. And not that Darby's not young either.
Right.
But Sammy's still, he's in the inner circle. He's the young, he's like,
yeah, he's in the group right now.
Yeah,
so he's fine. He doesn't need to, be going a winning streak right now or anything like that.
That was one of those matches, and it's a rare occasion where it happens where, technically, like, the way I saw it, both guys were over when it was done.
Absolutely.
It didn't matter who won or who lost. Like, both guys were over when that match was done.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, my God. MJF's ring has magical powers. Has magical powers like the one Hogan gave Abyss. Do you remember that? When he gave him his Hall of Fame ring. That was ridiculous. Oh, my goodness.
Well, guys.
But we mentioned the tag team match, and I was blown away by this match. I thought it was, for me, the match of the night. Definite match of the year candidate. I know it's only the end of February, but you still got to get them in when you can.
It had layers, man. It had layers.
It had a lot of layers. It had a lot of acting, if you will.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It had the Young Bucks kind of torn on beating up Kenny, and then even to the extent of how they were beating up Hangman at some points.
There was friendship there. There was tension there. There was, Adam Page doesn't want to be a part of the elite no more. Kenny's trying to make everyone still be friends. The Young Bucks kind of getting frustrated with Adam. Adam kind of getting frustrated with Kenny.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on in one match, and it almost kind of felt like the Young Bucks were the heels at some point, considering how the fans dictated the crowd with everything. It was just there's so many layers to it, and then you put all that together, and the actual in-ring stuff was like they were all over the match place. Of the night.
Yeah. Now when the Young Bucks came out, I know we want to talk about this. It was kind of a smattering of boos. I'd say it was maybe 50-50 if I was doing AEW commentary. Yeah. But it was surprising to us.
Yeah. So before it gets to that.
Oh, okay.
I'm intrigued.
Young Bucks. I love when they're on top of their game, not only because they elevate AEW's tag division, but they elevate WWE's tag division. Every time Young Bucks have come out and have a 5-star, whatever, blow out the water tag team match, you see people like the Usos and New Day like, oh, we got to turn this up.
Yeah.
And they come out and have the same, they come out and do like some like 5-star crazy match as well. And after watching this and even talking to Devon, I was like,
oh, Devon Dudley?
Devon Dudley.
You guys talk to him today or something?
We did.
We did talk to Devon.
Cool, that's interesting.
It was nothing. It was just another day at the office.
Just hung out with Devon. He told us some stuff.
D.
Like one of the best people in tag team wrestling, so he's qualified to talk about this stuff.
I did throw these 2 names at him, which was Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish versus the Usos. And I told him that is the match that WWE needs to put on.
Yeah.
And after seeing this match, I'm craving for that match on the other side.
It's also crazy how many people you want to see the Young Bucks face in the WWE that we'll never see.
Oh, yeah, we'll see one team, though, soon.
We will.
We'll see one team soon.
Hashtag FDR.
FDR. But I think them playing, this is exactly what they needed. My brain is fried, so I don't remember if we said this on Thursday that the Young Bucks should turn heels. But if we said it on air, I know we talked about it. I don't know if we said it on air. But
well, we at least talked about it today, where I posed the question: is this the right 2 people? Because for us here, we've been talking about Hangman Page not being the guy, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And now I guess what is it? It wouldn't be the resurrection because he never went away. It's just the second rise of Hangman. The emancipation. Thank you.
The emancipation of Hangman Page.
Yes,
I need to write
Birds of Prey.
That's a good one.
Hire me.
And
I'm here.
It was kind of like, well, he needs something to get over that hump and then maybe be like a top guy status. And I think the Young Bucks not only getting booed, but then going, we're going full in on this, I think really pushed him over the edge there. And also, I mean, if you think about it, he won the match with the one-winged angel.
Not only did he win the match with the winged angel, he pinned Matt Jackson.
Yes.
The person that called him a jobber in ROH that they pulled to the Bullet Club. So it was a lot of storytelling in this match. And when the Young Bucks really want to nail down and do storytelling, they did Matt Jackson's back. Selling him back the whole match and really attacking it. They did the Kenny and Adam Page at the end. The
I was gonna say, like,
the
let's
buckshot
talk about it,
lariat.
We all got excited.
What?
We're like, is he gonna hit Kenny with the buckshot?
So,
lariat? Like, is he gonna do this cowboy shit? And he didn't.
He didn't.
Not yet.
And also, I mean, we've also been very critical of AEW's camera work from time to time, but they did that perfectly.
Those
the drop of
shots?
the belt and him standing there like holding the rope like he was gonna hit the buckshot lariat. Holy moly!
And the way it was perfect. The moment Kenny turned around, he stepped back.
Yes.
He sat on the rope. He let him out. I was like, okay.
They're talking about in the Ruthless Aggression documentary about the Evolution. They said the main thing that really worked is because the Batista turn. Like, the whole crowd and the whole audience knew it was going to happen because they seen him listen in on Triple H.
So we see
so we knew, and they just dragged it along.
Yeah.
And so it was like this moment, right? Like, we saw Adam Page about to do the buckshot lariat, but Kenny didn't. Yeah. So everybody knows but Kenny.
Yeah.
So now everybody's just waiting for that moment.
And you know what? It just hit me now. Like, a Kenny Omega versus Adam Page feud is something that, could elevate both guys. We talked about that too. Like, Kenny Omega hasn't really felt like Kenny Omega in AEW thus far. He's had great matches. He's done great things. This past week with Pac was amazing. That's probably his best match thus far.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But we haven't seen the Kenny Omega of old in AEW that much. But doing that with Adam Page,
I want the old Stone Cold.
Yeah. Right. Is this our Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa of AEW?
It could be. I mean,
like how they did in the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and they teased it but didn't really do it, and then they pulled the switch when nobody thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like right at the end, the lower third was on, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Oh yeah, when the lower third. I went. Well, I guess they're not doing it.
Yeah,
lower third's up.
Everybody went to their phone and you hear. You're like, what?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was good stuff. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
It could.
What happened?
Is Adam Page related to Diamond Dallas Page?
No.
And then someone said Adam Page's dad is Easy Money because he used to do the Money Clip.
Which fair game.
There you go.
You guys
potential storylines in the chat. Make sure you let us know how or what you thought of this pay-per-view as a whole. After our tag team match, I think I said, a match had to follow it. Mm-hmm. There wasn't going to be a lull, or they weren't going to be like, well, that's it. We can't top it. The show was going to end. So we had the AEW Women's World Championship match between Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander. This match was okay, but it's kind of hard following up from the match that we had.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I don't think there's a bad match on this card. Right. It just the least significant to me, but I think that's. And you guys can send your hate words to the Wrestling Classic on Instagram or TWC Worldwide on Twitter. But the women's division in AEW just isn't really significant.
It's confusing, right?
They're trying. They're doing some stuff with Britt Baker. It's cool. That's probably the stuff that kind of stands out the most. But otherwise,
well, look, man, you don't have to. We agree with you.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So
we definitely agree.
Yeah, we agree with you. There's nothing wrong with that.
They're doing they're trying, but then they do some confusing things. Like
they've given me no reason to really I think Statlander's a really good wrestler, but they've given me no reason to really care about her or get behind her. Did I care if she won or lost tonight? Not at all, to be honest.
I thought you made a good point when we were watching. You were saying you didn't really know of her outside of AEW, which that makes sense. If you didn't know of her outside of AEW, you're just looking at her like, who's this alien?
But isn't that an overall AEW problem where they assume that all of their fan base is that smart base, and they know everybody that's coming in when they don't,
except it's Kenny Omega.
And then they expect you to tune into their YouTube stuff which I don't think everybody watches. I think there is. They don't promote it.
They do not.
I complain about this all the time
Passing
on the TWC show.
comments.
They don't promote it on the television show because you're on national television. Someone's tuning into TNT and they see AEW the first time and they're like, "Hey, this isn't WWE. What is this? Oh, I recognize that guy. It's Chris Jericho or something." And they watch or something. There's nothing that says, "Hey, go watch our YouTube channel to understand our characters and our storylines."
Yeah,
which is it's not a bad concept that they have where they promote their storylines and characters on YouTube. But these new fans, tell them, show them, because the Road 2s are so good. They're so well produced, and they get you excited for the next Dynamite. But people aren't going to watch them if they don't know.
Right.
I definitely think that's why they did. They have the deal where they're expanding to 2 more hours.
Okay, sweet.
So they have the hour
they
have the hour of dark that they could put on national TV now. But I really think it's for the storyline as well. For another they want to keep. They said that it's a wrestling show.
Yeah.
Right. So WWE shows are more story and soap opera.
Yeah.
And then wrestling.
Yeah.
Entertainment than wrestling. Right. There's our wrestling show, which is good because it feels like if you are an indie fan, it feels like you're at a PWG show or at a Defy show.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Every Wednesday. Right.
Yeah.
But with the story, with BTE, it's an interesting way because we watch Wednesday and then that following Monday we get on BTE we get what happened, the reason why they acted like that Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
They do a back. It's like a back way of doing it, which is interesting. I just don't know how that's gonna play out when they start airing them on TV.
Do you guys still watch Dark every week?
I don't watch Dark, but I watch BT.
Okay.
I watch Dark every once in a while.
Okay.
I watched this week's.
Okay.
Was it Dr. Luther versus...
It was Dr.
Sonny?
Luther versus Sonny Kiss, and then I believe it was the Dark Order. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But Private Party versus Sean Spears and Cutler.
When you say stuff like that, I forget how much talent they actually have.
They do have a lot, and they don't utilize it all the time, which I get because you only have so much television time, but
it's just Private Party.
They're gonna have more television time soon, so they better figure it out.
But speaking of guys that showed up tonight, which I also thought was really interesting on Revolution, was Pentagon and Phoenix coming out to help even the odds against the Best Friends in Orange Cassidy.
Best Friends.
So I assume might be a match we see as soon as Wednesday.
Yeah.
Triple threat? Triple
six-man
tag.
I thought that was a little out of the blue, I thought. But I mean, and kind of a bummer that they were dressed to go and they weren't on the paper.
They had nowhere to go.
Yeah, they were dressed to
There was
go
no
and
event.
they had nowhere to actually go.
And
Nothing to attend.
And I bet you on BT we're gonna get like a backstage segment.
Absolutely.
But I like the idea of Pac with those two guys.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down for that
Give me
6-man.
more Pac and
Yeah, Pac and anything.
Yeah,
Pac
anything,
every week. I'm down.
I'm down.
Also, besides the Lucha Bros showing up in the pre-show, we had Colt Cabana show up.
We had Colt
Oh,
Cabana.
did it? Wait,
Cabana.
I didn't catch a pre-show.
No knee pads, Colt Cabana.
No knee pads, Colt Cabana. So the Dark Order versus SCU. Dark Order ends up defeating SCU. They jump SCU. I've said SCU 18 times in the past 2 minutes. Colt Cabana's music hits. He comes out and helps them.
Who did he help?
SCU.
Oh.
And then Christopher Daniels teases that he's the Exalted One.
Which I can see the fallen angel. That is a route they
But
can go.
I don't think they're going that way now because he
Who do you
guys
teased
think
it
it is?
and then attacked them.
I would have liked it if it was Colt Cabana or Christopher
If
Daniels.
Colt Cabana was the leader of the Dark Order.
That to me would have been.
Hey
But
guys,
it would allow him to play. It would allow Colt Cabana to play a completely different character.
Yes.
It would.
And he seems like a guy that at this point of his career would love to do that.
And
Be
nobody
someone
would have been
who
mad.
Isn't Colt Cabana?
And nobody would have been mad, right?
No.
Because I think now you're automatically thinking it's going to be a WWE guy. So you think it's going to be either a quote unquote a Matt Hardy or
Luke Harper.
Luke Harper, right? Like,
Right.
That's where your mind is going. But I think if it was Colt Cabana, everybody would have been like, "Damn, that's a swerve I didn't see,
No.
like nothing at all," right? But it is what it is. I think it's probably going to be Luke Harper.
What else was on the pre-show? I didn't watch the pre-show.
That was the only match we saw.
okay.
There was a tag team match: Britt Baker, Penelope Ford versus Yuka Sakazaki, and Riho.
Okay.
So that was on the pre-show. Did not see.
You know,
that.
when I finally
Right,
started
it's
connecting with Riho, she lost the belt.
Yeah,
When I was
you were like,
finally-
I'm behind
when I was
her.
finally like,
Hey,
you know what? I get her.
at least
I
you-
get
at
it
least you
now.
made it that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
I get it now. She's fun to watch. She is, but
My goodness. Thomas.
she's alright.
Yeah,
She's growing on me. I don't care about this division. She can be the champ. It's all good.
the Barbie belt.
Thomas in the chat.
Oh, hey, Thomas.
Don't worry about YouTube. We'll figure it out very soon. There will be content there. I think this is the 5th time you've asked us in the chat. It's all good, Thomas.
He wants
Tranquilo,
He
if
wants
you will.
content from you guys on YouTube.
We'll get it, yeah.
Yeah, you wait, guys.
It's
Devon
going to
Dudley.
happen.
He's coming for you.
Tranquilo.
I can't stand you sometimes.
Me?
Yeah, tranquilo, if you will.
If you will.
If you will.
MJF Cody, we kind of talked about. We mainly talked about Cody's tattoo. There was
all
some.
that mattered.
There was some. Arn Anderson got kicked in the neck, and then there was a lot of, I guess, nonsense going on.
Wardlow went after
Where was
Brandy.
Pharaoh?
The dog.
Did they
I
learn
think
from
after
the
whole
Did they
firework
learn from the
debacle-
last time?
Yeah,
After the
dude,
Firework debacle. They're not bringing that dog back out here.
They better
we,
not.
We didn't even talk about Orange Cassidy's really bad, not really bad, but slothish pyro.
Oh my god!
Oh, the half.
He
the
had
half
pyro, but it tried coming out.
It was half-assed, and his.
I don't know if we were allowed to swear. I wanted to say half-assed.
No, yeah, you're
even
good.
though I swore 2 times or what.
You're good.
You're good. You're fine.
Okay, yeah, that half-assed pyro.
Yeah.
And then his Titantron was just scribbled, freshly squeezed, and then Orange Cassidy just white with
on
black
a piece of paper.
It's good stuff. Everything they do with Orange
But
Cassidy
how
is
long
great.
can they run with that? I don't know, man. But he's back to Cody and MJF.
Yes. I mean, I thought it was a fine match. I feel like I think you mentioned this doesn't feel like these two. Well, not the end, but it also doesn't feel like these two hated each other.
No.
It was very slow paced.
Yeah.
I felt like the bell should have rang and it should have been at least nonstop for maybe
Like a slugfest
3 minutes.
for a bit.
At
Him
least.
chasing.
I mean, it
Until
started,
somebody takes the shortcut.
Right. It started hot. I think it just cooled off, and I think the right person won. I mean, I think that's how I can describe that match. Like,
if anyone out there can tell us how Cody started to bleed, please let us know.
How MJF.
MJF started to bleed. My
that
bad.
was because he took a disaster kick
From the
without
apron, yeah.
the shoe.
So the nail hit him?
That's what I said. I'm like his big toenail cut him.
MJF bit his nail off, and then the nail backfired at him.
It's because it was jagged. he bit off part of the nail and it was at a point.
Because the next thing you know, he was just busted open.
He was bleeding so much.
And maybe we missed it. Maybe we
did.
But I sat there like, what just happened?
We didn't. It literally, it was the disaster kick. He falls down. Camera pans to Cody. Next thing you know, MJF gets up, crimson face. And
it was so strange.
I think that's one of my major issues with this pay-per-view. I felt like almost every match had blood in it.
Did it?
Like gig blood?
The main events.
Main events did, yeah.
The main events did for sure.
And so, I don't know, man. Like, I get it, but if you use it sparingly, I get that red means green.
Yes.
You have to use it sparingly.
Yeah.
Well, I said early on, I was like, should we put a bet that Cody's going to bleed? But it went the other way.
Yeah. But we knew some blood in that match.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I loved MJF's robe for his entrance. It was different.
That was definitely different for him.
It was a nice robe.
I'm a big thing about like special attire, and because I'm such a character storyline guy, like I hate it when guys keep coming out on the same stuff, doing the same thing. Yeah. Like mix it up. If it's a big event, you want to make it feel like a big event. Have some special attire.
Absolutely.
Come out to some special stuff.
Get
a
new tattoo. I don't know.
Get a shitty band. Whatever works for you.
Get a shitty band.
Whatever works for you.
Hey, the Twitter guys, if you
there it is.
Guys, if you want to just laugh on Twitter, look up what Twitter is saying about Cody's tattoo.
There's some really funny things.
The downfall of Aaron Carter, but it's
God damn.
Cody Rhodes.
My friend of the show, Jack, he asked Terry Funk a question on Thursday. Hi, Jack. He tweeted, was the fourth stipulation for Cody to face MJF that Cody had to get a terrible tattoo? And I thought that was very funny.
I don't think the tattoo's necessarily terrible. Like,
no, it's good design.
If it was anywhere else on his body, his back shoulder, like his arm, like put it on your leg or something. That's
a dope nightmare. The Nightmare Family logo is great.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Just on your neck, Cody, like. And
that's
maybe you are the American Dream, son, and you're EVP, and we just look at you as.
If he was my boss and he was talking to me, I'd be like, what's on your neck, bro?
He knows he's gonna get a lot of questions about this, right?
I mean, yes,
definitely. He has to, right?
But I don't think he cares.
No, he's the man. Don't worry. I think Cody's he's the man.
Oh no, yeah, I do too. But
the tattoo, I don't know about
placements.
Placements. You know, like in Creator Wrestling, like 2K games, you're like kind of
moving
around. I was just trying to get it in the right place. You're trying to get on the back of the neck, but somewhere else slides all the way over here, and you're like, oh crap.
All right, fuck it.
Now I gotta hit left for an hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
it took me so long to put those letters together to say what I wanted it to say.
That's forever, bro.
Oh man, hours I would do just to create a wrestling and then never play. It was so bad.
And he's done. And turn off the game and go to bed.
I get the games that create a whole universe. I make a WCW and a WWF. I do all the arenas. Yeah. And I play like a month to the first pay-per-view, and then I'm like, oh, that's it.
Guys, we really need to try to interview Cody because I really want to get the story behind his tattoo.
I mean, he'll tell us. Hopefully, on Being the Elite.
There you go.
I hope there's like scenes of like
there will be scenes.
Like,
they're gonna joke about it.
Yeah, they gotta get creative with it.
But I want to know the real deal, like why
What's the real story?
Yeah, like why you're.
I need like a ESPN 30 for 30 on this tattoo. What if I told you?
I was gonna say, what if I told you the son of an American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, got a neck tattoo?
Dun, dun, dun. And the piano music is playing.
Jeez,
what
a
hell.
Shame.
What
a shame.
This is a lot. I mean, please put on any other picture because I cannot
concentrate. Whatever picture you put up, we'll go to the next.
We will go to the next thing. Oh yeah, we have a new AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley. Sorry, I know you hate it.
That's how you do it. I don't hate it. It's just kind of like calm down sometimes.
Yeah.
And I love Justin Roberts. He's the man. I love his announcing and I love his passion and his drive and all that fun stuff. But like the Jon Moxley thing, jeez.
Do you think when they signed him, he was like, "Yeah, I get to do that again"?
If he did it just for the pay-per-views, I'd love it.
Oh yeah.
If he does it for every single show, it's like. But he's a champ. I'm excited about that.
He's the champ. What did we think of this match as a whole? I thought it was a decent title match. Yeah. There was a lot of nonsense, obviously, as there is with the Inner Circle. Aubrey throwing them out
the spin was great,
hilarious.
The full spin,
yes. Get out! I thought that was great. Man, Moxley with the, I mean, we could see him do it. We could see him I don't know what he was doing.
That's the thing that stick. He flicked it. He fucking flicked
now,
it. Fucking.
Go ahead.
What if, because he got hit with the belt before that, what if something was stuck in there and he flicked it out?
Don't say that.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
What if nothing was stuck in there and he's fine?
Oh, my God.
Oh.
I mean, that could have been what happened.
I'll say this about that match, and I want to say a couple things about this. First things first, I was on a show earlier this week with Jennifer Deck and Cody Deck, and we joked about the idea of him taking off his eye patch and everyone going crazy that he can see. And that's legitimately how the match ended. And shout out to Tony Giovanni, because the call was great. It's almost like he went from old Tony Giovanni to WCW Tony Giovanni. Like, Tony's like, he can see! And I'm like, yo, that was perfect, because, what a way to end the show. Moxley got his eyesight back.
It's so funny because, like, logically it'd just be couldn't he have seen the entire match?
The entire match.
But
even though he was
whatever.
bleeding over
it was a good visual.
And that's how the match came to the end. He took the eye patch off. He hit the what does he call it now?
The lifting paradigm shift.
The paradigm shift, and it was good stuff. The second thing I want to say, and this is probably a me problem, this might be one of those matches that I need to watch for a second time. Because I think by the time we got to it, I was so drained from everything else and everything else.
Yeah, man, it's been a long day.
And the whole day in total. That like, when I got to the main event, I just, I wasn't fully watching it. I don't think. Yeah. I think I was kind of in and out of it, and it could have been a really good match that I just wasn't paying the greatest attention to. It might need that second viewing. It might need that second viewing.
I think you're not wrong. But I also think that this has been a common trend since Chris Jericho's been champion.
Mm-hmm. But the matches seem to need but you know what? I don't even think since he's been champion, because I used to say the same things about his matches in Japan. I'm like, I think I need to watch it a second time.
Well, yeah,
to really make a judgment on it.
Let me rephrase that. I think this has been the latest run of Chris Jericho. Like the matches with Chris Jericho. It's been this. They've been methodical, a little like slower, but main event style matches. Yeah. But not a lot of energy in them.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so
until at least the end,
Until like the finishes are always crisp.
Yeah.
But throughout the matches it's more story, less action. And I think that's what we got here. And I legitimately, the thing that I keep thinking about is him flicking his cut and
a diamond.
Yeah, my God.
I don't know what it was, but
my God. And also he got a power bomb. Was it power bombed on the ring on the bell? And
there was a lot of questionable spots throughout the night.
How'd you feel about the choir singing Jericho's theme before you came out there? You were with it. You were singing along with it.
Well, look,
it's on my Instagram story, guys.
It is. I
didn't know if you saw it yet, but he's singing on my Instagram story.
Look, I like Fozzy. I like the last album. I like Judas before it became just so popular with the wrestling.
Oh, you're
crowd.
that guy? I was the underground guy. I knew it was cool.
No, actually, it was never really like underground. It was fucking Chris Jericho. Like, it was never fucking underground.
It was underground, okay?
Right.
What do you know about Fozzy and their cover songs, okay?
Oh, hell no. I was not a Fozzy fan back then.
Whoa, we're not getting into it.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
I wanted you guys to get that. That's why I'm entertaining what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm not a cover band guy. So, but I think I thought it was different. I thought it was really different. I just thought it could have been bigger. Remember when John Cena had the choir singing?
Yeah. Yes.
Was it WrestleMania Atlanta? Was it Atlanta?
I think so, yeah.
When The Rock hosted or whatever, but it was big, and I just felt like what they were going for, but the little crowd didn't really do it.
Yeah,
like, the voices weren't big enough, and then I felt it was weird that the choir director was like had a corner off to the side, and he wasn't really like.
They should have had a maestro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Going on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it should have been
with like a robe that had the Inner Circle logo on the back. That would have been cool.
Have the so I liked it, but I felt like it was a 5, and it could have been turned way up.
Absolutely.
Jericho.
Well, give him credit for trying to do some special entrances.
That's what I like it.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
I just think it could have been turned up a lot.
But that could have been turned up.
Why didn't give
Cody Rhodes?
Why didn't you give Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes' theme was sang by
his whole band could have been.
I don't know who the
up.
tech guys were on that, but they could have. You said that wasn't you that said the best thing they could have done is underlaid the actual theme and let him sing on top of it, which would have been great.
So you could have piped the track sound through the speakers as well as had the track play and have the track in their in-ears, so they was able to hear it. The one thing that they did with the choir, they started the track. They did the first verse, and then they got to the bridge and the hook, and then they started the track and did the first verse again, and went to the bridge and hook. But they kept singing on top of it.
Yeah,
they could have did that with the band.
Yeah,
I just don't understand.
Because I am a big live band fan, but was off off the bat.
That ain't it.
It took us right out, like, and I think that had a lot to do with the match too, because it instantly took the energy.
Yeah,
out. Like, we were all like, "Yeah, Cody." Yeah, then he
came out with literally everyone he knows.
Cool.
Yeah.
But as it is,
I don't know the words, but.
Up and it sounds motivating and inspirational.
Oh,
like
yeah, you're pumped.
Change the world or something.
And they didn't even show like the like, I like when he comes out and the thing he comes out and like they do the wide shot of all the pyro going up.
There was none of that, right?
They didn't show. They did a close up because all the family was coming out to give him congratulations.
And he comes out with way too many people.
It's his family.
We don't need the whole group coming out with you, man.
It's the Nightmare family, man. You gotta have QT out there. That's the only time. That's the only TV time you gonna get.
We don't need that.
Stephen Amell.
All right, so Stephen Amell was awesome.
That was great.
Stephen Amell was awesome, bro.
But like, look, they could have had him run in there or something. I don't know.
Oh my god. Springboard clothesline.
Well,
something.
look, he's training for heels, so they're never.
Imagine Stephen Amell and a Sammy Guevara face off. I would have been with it.
Look, don't get me excited. Don't threaten me with a good time. Okay.
They had no backstage skits. That would have been great.
Green Arrow. I mean, we never know. BT.
We
gotta wait.
We
gotta wait. We gotta wait till Monday. But what was after that?
Oh, and also that Cody almost knocked the crap out of Brandy, which was pretty funny.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he almost AJ Leader.
He was getting hyped.
I mean, nobody really has any questions in the chat. Just comments that are absolutely insane.
Let's read them. Insane comments.
You dissed Jericho's entrance, but what was your entrance like for your last world title match?
So in my last world title match, my entrance. My entrance was.
Who is this?
You know what? You're right.
It was really long and it was really good.
Let me cut this promo. Who is this?
And I went all night long.
This is Josh.
Josh,
who's I haven't seen him in the chat before.
Hi, Josh.
How's it going, Josh?
Welcome, Josh.
Or I'm sorry, Ross. You know what?
Ross.
No,
you know what? That's
you
fine.
don't even deserve your first initial.
Your name barely exists.
Exactly. You don't even deserve an R. You deserve
it's in one
J.
TV show.
What are you talking about? Hi.
Who? The same guy that said that he met Tony Giovanni once and he smelled like raw onions.
I mean,
Josh is very
Ross.
observant. Okay,
Ross is trying out his type 5 in the chat.
Comment.
Hi, Ross.
And it's bombing.
Give us another insane comment.
Yeah.
Let me try to go live again and see if we get something.
I mean, I have some stuff from Thomas that is not AEW related. Would we like to get into that?
Let's talk about non-AEW related.
Do you think Cena deserves one more championship reign as world champion? No.
Wow.
I don't want that 16 time.
Wow.
I just don't want it. Oh wait, he's 16.
It'll be 17.
You don't want the 17.
Really?
And I think he's at a point in his career like we can actually skip it. I'm actually happy about it.
I think we could too. I don't really think it's
unnecessary.
His career is already, legendary.
Okay, let me rewind a little bit though. I was that guy that did not like Cena a lot from 2007 to 2011, 12 until he started doing the stuff with Punk and Bryan and stuff. I was not a Cena guy. I was not a part of the Chain Gang. I wasn't, all about that. So me saying that might come off like a little biased, but I do respect Cena.
That's fine.
I think he's a man. If I ever was to run a company, he's the ideal employee that I'd want to hire.
Absolutely.
Does not need that 17th title. I'm ready for you to cut a promo on me right now. You were just
do it.
You were just, and we need some energy in this Zoom. So do the thing. Drop it on me. Cena,
what do you got to say?
Cena, what are you going to say about Cena?
Look. Okay, look. All right.
Go.
Let's just start this off.
Yeah. You can't see
out of. Okay,
That's
so
it.
Ric Flair, right? Ric Flair.
If you insult Ric Flair, we got a problem.
Are we talking about the you don't want to get 17 because of Ric Flair, right? I'm assuming.
I just don't want him to have that record. No.
Is it because of Ric Flair or just because?
You know what? Like, if it wasn't
That's
Cena,
actually a good question.
If it wasn't Cena, it might be okay.
Oh, okay, perfect. Who has been at the top of the food chain for this long other than Cena?
Nobody.
Oh, but
not
you want
even Hogan, right?
But you want not the person that's been at the top of the food chain for this long. And I'm talking about top of the food chain. I'm talking about from 2005 till 2016, 17. Maybe you count that.
It's not my fault to take better care of themselves now. It's not my fault they
but what I'm saying is he earned that. If anybody's,
I would say I would be wrestling with 10
he put a
years
sixth move in.
Yeah, he had a springboard stunner.
I don't even hate Cena.
The punch. Oh my God, his
Oh,
finishing
yeah.
move became
The
a punch.
lightning punch.
Cena right
He
now.
went to China and learned how to lightning punch from Jackie Chan. How do you not give this man a 17 title reign? Not only that, he learned Mandarin. He learned Mandarin to alone take WWE to China, and then went to China and then started a promotion in China.
And stop and go.
No, he does not deserve it.
Okay, there you go. So only the one thing.
I shouldn't say he doesn't deserve it. It's just not necessary.
It's
like Goldberg. It's like someone like Goldberg coming back and winning the title at 53 or something.
Whoa.
Oh my God!
I know it makes money.
Terrible.
I know it makes money, and I get the whole Goldberg thing. I'm on board with it. Goldberg was Reigns.
You're on board with it?
Yeah, I'm on board with it.
You're on board with that nonsense, but you won't get on board with John Cena possibly being a 17-time champion?
I mean, if he wants to go win an AEW or something, sure, but keep it out of the WWE.
They would never.
Imagine.
Could you imagine?
I mean, he learned Mandarin. What's that Oriental company?
OWE.
They're from China, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
OWE. That's Mandarin. It's China. Yeah. So I mean,
but you're not okay with this Goldberg thing? I think after SmackDown, I kind of was like, okay.
You said what?
After SmackDown, I was kind of like, okay.
Justin, I hate to break it to you, chat is.
Okay, listen, Chad.
Matthew's saying Cena should get number 17. He's earned it.
Yes, he's definitely earned it. Listen,
yes.
I am not saying he hasn't earned it. He is the man. He's John Cena. Like once again, like I said, I've learned to respect him and appreciate everything he's done. It's just unnecessary.
I think
if it happens, I'll actually be upset, and I don't know why.
Because you're hating John Cena. Like I'm not gonna call you a hater.
Let's give it a Randy.
I'm not gonna call you a hater.
Cena would make more money than Goldberg. Also, Ross.
Oh no, 100%. Cena would make more money than Goldberg.
Ross.
The one thing, like I don't hate Cena anymore. I just
clip it. We'll put it on.
Right.
We'll tag you in it. Everyone will say no. Ross says you should always be referred to as Jushin Dylan Liger now.
My one of my really good friends actually does call me Jushin.
Oh really?
He calls me Jushin Thunder.
Jushin Dylan Liger.
That's great. That's a good nickname.
Yeah, that is a great nickname. Yeah.
Shout out to Devin. He's my co-host of the TWC show.
Hey,
but,
hey, where can I find it at?
On Dash Radio, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, all that fun stuff. It airs on Saturdays on Dash at 3 p.m. in Pacific time and 6 p.m. in Eastern time.
But back to this ridiculous point.
Never on Cena time because he can't see me.
Exactly, because he's too busy making millions and about to be the big bad and probably one of the biggest movies that come out.
Can I start a debate?
Fast 5 9.
Yes, hold on.
I want to start
Let's
a debate here.
Debate.
I want all you guys in there.
I will be the moderator.
My phone's probably gonna die, but you guys can jump on Facebook at
Facebook.com/THS Wrestling.
Because I'm gonna start a debate that isn't very popular.
Oh, please do it.
I love the guy to death. It's an unpopular position. I'm a huge fan of him. Grew up with him. This is gonna turn some people upside down. Oh my god, I'm sweating because I'm scared about talking about this.
Wow, you took.
I got an argument about this because it sprouted off of Dave Meltzer being like, okay, if there was a Mount Rushmore and it had Rock, Austin, Hogan, and Flair on it, that's the 4 that he said would be on there. But you had to replace someone with Okada. This was his theory. Which one of those 4 guys would you take off? And
if you say what I think you're about to say.
And I went in the comment section and I'm like, well, The Rock, right?
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, no. That's our show.
Because this is what I think. The Rock's the man. I love The Rock.
You just
biggest
threw a bottle.
Global icon in the world today, most recognizable face in professional wrestling and movie and movies today. But his career was like 96 to 2003-ish. I remember more for his promos than his matches. And isn't he like a bigger star because of Hollywood than he was? Like he was a huge star in wrestling, but Hollywood made him the bigger star. So you combine the two, he's the biggest star known today because of Hollywood and wrestling. Where like if this was a wrestling at Mount Rushmore, Hogan, Austin, and Flair makes sense, and you could even throw Cena on there if you wanted to, but Dwayne would be the one I'd take off. And I love you, Dwayne. I love you.
That is a good argument. That is a good argument.
Yeah.
How are you going to counter out?
This is great.
I think that's a very good argument.
So you're saying...
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying it's a very good argument.
Wait, I want to know your opinion too. You can't just sit
Mine,
in the
who would
middle,
I
man.
replace in that with
If you were gonna
Okada? That's such like a weird,
maybe not Okada, like Okada
I have
Cena.
to replace it with Okada.
Yeah, that's a Meltzer
which
thing.
is
I don't know,
fine.
that's whatever. But you pick Okada and Cena. If you had to replace one person in that Mount Rushmore,
Who is it again? Austin.
Rock, Austin, Hogan, Flair.
With Okada.
And I know he's probably gonna say Flair.
Oh,
No. I know exactly who he's going to say.
You
I
know what
know.
the hell I'm going to say.
I know.
I get that
But
now.
I will
would you
get
say?
to it. Go ahead.
Man, who would I say? Out of those four, man, ugh. And I have to replace him with Cena or...
Cena or Okada?
Yeah, just
or
say if you're
Okada.
replacing with Cena or Okada.
Oh.
I mean, oof. I
Out
think
of those four, it has to
I
be-
think
it
it's
has
still
to be
The Rock. I think
It
it's
would-
still The Rock.
It would have to be The Rock.
I'm sorry, Neeson. I still think it's
Okay.
The Rock.
All right. Okay.
I mean, you made
All
a
right.
very good point.
I'm
Okay.
very excited for this.
Okay. All right. I'm not.
I like the chemistry,
If I use Cena,
Yeah.
I'm replacing Cena with Hogan.
That's fair.
You
It's a
damn right
subjective-
I'm replacing
it's a
Cena with
subjective
Hogan.
question.
But and reason why, and I think it's a legit reason why, is because he had a longer reign than
No,
Hogan.
for sure.
So I'm instantly replacing him with Hogan. That's one. But two, if it was Okada,
It's a hard question.
It is a hard
to
question.
Just be like,
And
I'm going to
That's why I
replace.
knew it was going to be.
the reason why but you did make valid points. The Rock, yes, his reign was short, but so was Austin's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we talk about Austin was the biggest draw, but The Rock is the biggest star.
Oh, for sure.
So,
But mostly for his movie career.
no, it doesn't matter. See, my thing is that this is the same argument that we had with, but we usually have these disagreements with Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
And our Bella twins, right? Like the Bella twins draw more eyes to the product than a Trish Stratus.
No, 100%.
Like Trish Stratus is great for in the
you're a
realm
wrestling
in the
fan, you
realm
love
of
Trish Stratus.
wrestling.
Yeah, 100%.
But outside of wrestling, Nikki Bella or the Bella twins are drawing audiences in.
But
So
go
The
ahead.
Rock, I would take that the people know The Rock because of wrestling.
Yeah.
Every time he goes and does a movie and he's the biggest movie star, it's The Rock wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean The Rock then movie, right? Dwayne
They tried
The
to
Rock
scrap
Johnson.
that, but it didn't work
Well, yeah,
out.
he even said he was like, nah, I can't do that. So I can't replace The Rock because he's done.
So would you replace Austin?
I mean, honestly, I'll replace Hogan.
Every time.
Every time.
That's fair.
Every
Okay.
time.
I would never replace Steve Austin because the Hollywood Blondes had one of the best wrestling theme songs of all time.
No, for sure. It's next to the American
Confirmed.
males because I love that. American
yeah,
males.
it's-
Confirmed.
American males.
Do you think when they wrote the lyrics to that, they just wrote American Males times 32
I don't know,
and
but
just
that is
gave
the
it to
greatest
someone?
theme song, dude.
Confirmed.
Okay, that was
Americans.
fair.
Yeah, I mean, I would replace Hogan.
And listen, there's a lot of my favorites that aren't even in that debate. Like I'm the biggest Macho Man fan out there, and he should be on that Rushmore. but
Absolutely.
I know against those four guys, that's if it's if it was a personal Mount Rushmore,
Yeah,
it'd be completely different.
I know it's on the fly,
Yeah,
but
what's
what
your
would
personal-
your
Well,
personal?
Savage will be on there for sure.
Okay.
He's my number one. 'Cause once again, character storyline guy, I was drawn in by the guys that made me want to watch because I was so confused about who the hell they are and what they were doing. Savage was one of those guys, and The Undertaker was one of those guys.
Okay.
Perfect.
And I personally I'd have to throw Brett on there. I was a huge Brett fan. Canadian role model, hero,
Can't
childhood
argue.
hero. And then Shawn Michaels, because that was my fourth biggest, most popular
Can't
favorite
argue.
wrestler.
That's a good
That would
one.
be my personal. Then, my number 5 would be Stone Cold, and we can go on from there.
Yeah,
But
Right.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That's
And,
right.
what's
and
your
in-
personal?
I mean, in the chat, before we get to yours, Matthew says, my Mount Rushmore is Undertaker, Flair, Austin, and Triple H.
Yeah, see?
Can't argue with that.
Can't argue with that. Mike says, Hogan had high highs, but also tanked business several times over.
And he's tanked a lot of other things.
Yeah. And Matthew says, even though I hate Triple H, I had to put him on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean,
I think
that's
Triple
heels.
H is always interesting to me because Triple H to me has never been that guy.
Yeah,
he's
but
never
I've also
been
never hated him.
like he was at to me he's like Seth Rollins, right?
Yeah.
like Seth Rollins is hot and he's like the guy, but Roman Reigns is bigger than him,
No, 100%.
and so I always felt that it was somebody bigger than Triple H every time, but maybe because he was a heel and he constantly was making people. He
Yeah.
was constantly putting he would be put over, but he was always like, here, Randy. Here, Batista. Here,
Yeah.
Randy. Here, Batista. Undertaker, blah blah blah. Like, he was just taking L after L after L after L, and maybe that's why I feel that way, that he wasn't that number one guy.
Do you think he's like the Randy Orton to John Cena, or the Macho Man to Hogan, like that guy?
Triple H?
Yeah.
No. I don't even think Macho Man was that guy.
Yeah,
I think,
he wasn't.
I think Hogan was, because again, like,
different era though.
The Attitude Era is different because you had Rock and Austin.
Yeah,
it was no doubt about it that it was Rock and it was.
When
Austin.
did you become a big Rock fan? Well, first things first, what's your Rushmore?
Yeah, and then we have some more in the chat, but go ahead.
My Rushmore is Shawn Michaels. It's The Rock, and then honestly, it gets a little interchangeable because like you said, I love storytelling.
Yeah,
but I also love the entertainment and the athleticism.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's the greatest form of athleticism. Wrestling.
I feel like Austin, absolutely.
Yeah.
That fourth one though, it's like, man, seeing Cena do that run and just see what he came from.
Yeah.
And how he, at the end of his tail end, how he tend to put over people. And even during his run, he was trying to put over people and they just never really made up to it. Like, they never really like lived up to what they were supposed to be. We do backstage, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But so that fourth one is always tricky to me. Like, I love Triple H. Like, I hated him, but I loved him because I played him in every single video game. So I knew I loved him.
No, for sure.
And Mankind was my guy, like, right? And I think, so if you just want to say Mick Foley, because I felt like he gave so much credit as far as like character to other people. Like, without him, there would be no Triple H.
No, 100%.
Without him, the Undertaker wouldn't have had that rebirth without him.
I always say
right?
Mick Foley is the guy that is the one like that makes those guys that we don't think are tough. He made Triple H tough. He made Randy Orton tough.
I mean,
he made Edge tough.
Yeah, that's
remember the beating he took from Evolution, and it was like an uncomfortable beating that made them.
They threw him down the stairs.
Yeah, there was a lot of,
and he'd put him through matches where they had to go through thumbtacks and the guys that we thought were like the pretty boy finesse wrestlers, he took them and was like, okay, well, throw me through a flaming table and come through with me. And you'll be a badass.
That's what I'm saying. So I think my fourth one gets interchangeable because the last one I'm gonna really throw at you, that's an option for my fourth one, is Shane McMahon.
Oh yeah, I know for sure.
I was a
super
Shane McMahon mark, bro.
I got chills, dude.
His return was amazing.
When I started my page, I started a hashtag because it was 2014, and it was hashtag bring back Shane O'Mac, and you can search a hashtag. It's all my Shane McMahon posts. So when he actually came back, I'm like, oh my god, he's actually.
You did it. You put it into the universe.
I was such a huge Shane McMahon mark, man. Like. But it was the same thing. It was I could tell you right now, I get chills talking about it. It was the King of the Ring versus Kurt Angle match.
Yeah,
bro. Like, hearing the thud of him hit that
glass.
Oh yeah, that's oh my
then
god.
picking him up and doing it again.
But yeah, so I mean, that's my Mount Rushmore. I would say is The Rock, is Shawn Michaels, it's Austin. And I just throw Shane McMahon in there.
Do you want to read a couple of these before I start another hectic debate here?
Yeah, and I would also like to throw my Mount
please
there.
throw your Mount.
Hunter's Mount Rushmore is Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, CM Punk, and Sting. And I looked at that and I went, okay, so I think my Mount Rushmore would be Sting for sure. I was a huge WCW kid.
Sure.
I love Sting, every aspect of him.
Even the crows. I mean, the Surface Sting was great.
Surfer Sting, that was my guy. That was my guy for sure. I'd say Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, for sure. And oh my goodness, the other two I had, now I forgot them.
Are they Japanese wrestlers?
No, they are not Japanese.
What? I think the early WCW. It's like Vader.
I mean,
Bam Bam Bigelow, I know is in your.
Mick Foley is for sure.
Okay.
There's my third. I don't know if Bigelow would be like on my Mount Rushmore, but I think he's very underappreciated.
Oh, 100%.
And should be, I mean, I think honored in a Hall of Fame sometime.
Yeah.
That might be nice, but, you know, when you don't get along with the clique, I guess that's what happened. You got to quit or go to ECW and reinvent yourself. Man, my fourth, I mean, I could maybe say Cena, but it might be Austin. I'm not really sure, but if I had,
like,
it's
that
hard.
Fourth one is hard.
The fourth one is always the hardest. But you were gonna start another argument.
I don't know. I want to know when. I wanted to know when you became a Rock fan because.
When I became a Rock fan. Oh yes.
Because I know specifically when I did and why.
Yeah, so
because Austin got hit by a car and Rock became the top guy, and I became a Rock fan.
Oh yeah, no, I was a Rock fan when he was a heel. So tricky. I was an anybody fan that was black on TV.
That's fair.
Because
I mean, I like Jinder.
I don't think that's tricky, dude. Jinder Don't hinder Jinder.
Don't hinder Jinder.
Jinder actually is the man. That's not even like me joking around. Like,
No, man. I love his title run.
Jinder wrong. They let him keep coming out there cutting the same promo, and they should let him mix it up because he's actually a good talker and he has great ideas. I know him personally, and he's actually really like the run was great.
Now, right?
And people disliked him. That's what a heel is supposed to be.
Yes.
That's one of my biggest things with wrestling fans today. Like, if you don't like someone, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if they're a bad guy and you like them and you cheer them, and you're like, if you're sitting there and you're watching a match and it's, I don't know, a bad guy and a good guy, and you're still rooting, like, I'm okay if that bad guy wins, then he's not a bad guy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Guys. But the minute I came a Rock fan was when he came on, and when he bought, like, that was like when I was like, oh, I really like this guy. When he bought the Nation of Domination Rolex watches.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just remember being as a kid like, this dude bought all these watches and gave Farouk a picture of
himself.
I was like, this guy.
Well, I mean, like, I became a mega fan of The Rock in the year 2000.
Oh, yeah. See, I felt like that was tail end.
Yeah.
Because I felt like 2000. I mean, when did Jericho come? 99?
99.
I mean, Jericho's someone we have not even mentioned for that could possibly be on a Mount Rushmore
How
as well.
consistent and how good is he over so many years? And there's different incarnations of Jericho. He did the Undertaker thing. He kept changing.
I felt that Jericho still has never been that guy.
You're right, though.
He's never been the guy.
Which is weird. Like,
that is a weird thing to say.
Because he's been consistent, but it's all like, even now I feel like Cody is bigger than Jericho.
In that company, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's not like the guy.
Do you guys feel like
Sometimes.
guys feel that Moxley's
What's
a big star?
That's a good question.
Whew.
Yes, sometimes. Let's go with sometimes.
Because I'm the exact
I mean,
same
he
way.
cut the hugest babyface promo.
When he cuts promos, I actually do enjoy his promos. I feel like the one thing I'll say about Moxley, and that's what I love about wrestling, is that when he talks, it's raw. It sounds real. It's legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not the biggest fan of his wrestling and stuff. I don't know if I get that excited about him all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, and Hunter in the chat says Moxley is the reason I started watching AEW. Without him, I wouldn't be watching
he was
nearly
my favorite
as much.
Shield member when the Shield first started.
Oh, absolutely.
That Dean Ambrose character at the beginning with the slicked back hair, like that was out of those three.
The Nope.
Yeah,
was the best.
out of those three, like Moxley was my favorite out of those three. It was always Moxley, then Rollins and Reigns, and then it kind of always switched around between Moxley and Rollins most of the time. But
were you a Reigns hater?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I think Reigns is the man.
Yeah, he's
I
great.
think the fans that dislike him, and and once again, I always say this, I don't think Reigns has ever done anything really wrong. His matches are entertaining. He's solid.
Yep.
He's not supposed to be cutting promos. But that's not his decision.
Yeah.
And maybe he shouldn't have been booked the way he is booked, but that's also not his decision.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
if you worked in a job and someone came to you and they said they're gonna give you everything on a silver fucking platter, are you gonna be like, no, the fans aren't gonna like it? Like, no,
true.
you're gonna take the paychecks, you're gonna take the spot, and you're gonna run with it and try to make the best out of it to be the top guy. Because now we're over that period of time where Reigns was really hated. That he. When I sit around and I talk to people and I'm like, there's no one that I really feel like I need to see or care about what they're doing. They haven't really built any stars. And I sit there, I'm like, no, Roman Reigns and Charlotte Flair, they built 2 stars in the past 10 years for sure.
Yeah.
Or 5 years for sure.
And I will say, like, everything post WWE for Moxley, I have thoroughly enjoyed.
Oh, no, same
and so I think while he might not be mega star in my mind, he is the guy for sure for AEW.
Okay, no,
I
for
think.
sure.
The guy, a phrase we use. Someone's asking if Bobby Heenan is eligible for Mount Rushmore, and I go yes, and he's probably also my 4th now.
He's the best.
You can't argue.
Heenan's the man.
You can't argue that.
No,
They don't have that no more.
no, we don't.
They don't
have Paul
have
Heyman.
like interviewers and backstage personnel with like personality and witty comments and stuff like this doesn't exist.
I would say they're trying. I would
Yeah.
say that Paul Heyman, you could tell the tone of Raw.
Yeah.
Charlie's able to do a little more.
Yeah.
Renee was great.
Yeah, Renee. I
love
mean,
Renee.
Look, Renee. It has carte blanche, right? We all
Yeah.
know that. Like, she can do whatever.
Yeah.
They love her. There's nothing's gonna happen.
She's the greatest.
But
She's the
I
nicest
think-
person ever.
I think what Paul
Canada,
Heyman's
probably Canadian. in her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think what Paul Heyman's doing is changing that tone.
Yeah.
I like what Drew Gulak was managing managing.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, who was he managing?
Damn it!
Recently?
Perfect's child.
Curtis Axel.
Yeah.
Well, they're setting that up for
Daniel,
and I am 100%
exactly.
in
I'm
on
on
that.
board with that, dude.
That is going to be
Brian's
a clinic.
at this point of his career where he wants to do things for people, and I love it.
Yeah. I think you have Sami Zayn doing a great job.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah.
I think he's doing. So I think it's a thing of now these people, because Pritchard likes managers.
Oh, and I also do like the little stable that Zelina Vega's putting together now.
Oh my! And Selena's doing amazing.
She's
job.
doing great.
she's
So
great.
that's what I think. Now that you have Pritchard and Heyman being able to work with these guys, and being able, have controller of the brands, you're starting to see that, and you're starting to see a little bit more. Yes, before everybody was robotic. Mike Rome didn't get a chance to really show his personality when he was backstage interviewing. Byron Saxton didn't. You could go down a list of the guys and girls that didn't get their chance. But even in NXT, Kathy Kelly got it. Kathy Kelly had a little attitude. I got to show her personality.
Oh no, for sure, yeah.
She was the quote unquote fifth member of
the
Undisputed, right?
Yeah.
So it's just great, man. I think now we're starting to turn back to that. We're getting back to how it used to be.
Because I love that, man. I love watching the old school stuff because everybody had character.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You know, and that's not like Heenan or Gene Oakland or any of those were putting themselves over, but when they worked with certain people, you knew it was going to be entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Hence why I'm actually a big fan of Jennifer Decker generally, just because I think the interviews she had with the guys, she actually had great chemistry with them. They actually knew her. They could make jokes with her. They could make the sexual innuendo jokes and stuff. But there's some sort of fun there, which has kind of been missing in the AEW because now the interviews are very just kind of blah.
Yeah.
You know, there's less of that character stuff in there. But I love that, man. I love whether it's like you saw Gene Oakland with Macho Man, you knew something was up. You know?
Yeah, I can't wait to see that portray. I mean, in both companies, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to see that portrayed in all companies, that personalities. But Devon Dudley did say things like, "If you just let them be them."
Well, that's the biggest thing. Because that's a Roman problem.
So you
for
should
me.
watch our interview with Devon.
That's true.
Yes, when it comes out on YouTube.
And on our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. THS.wrestling.
Justin, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
I think I
stirred the pot as much as I could.
You did.
You did.
We're all hyped. Now we won't be able to go to sleep, even though some of us desperately need us. And I'm looking at every single person in this room. It's been a long and awesome day. Once, yes.
Shout out Barbie. No, please.
I was doing the thing for Barbie.
Shout out Barbie Blank.
She's dropping merch tomorrow and she's dope. And
is that tomorrow, right?
She's dropping merch tomorrow. Barbie Blank, Kelly.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll put it up.
Girl so sweet they named her twice.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll put up all that information, and we talked to her for a little bit too.
We did talk to her.
And that
for
was fun.
A lot of it. Yes.
That was great. So, where can the people find if they don't know? Where can they find?
If you don't know, you can find me. And that sounds so condescending. No.
Hold on.
You have a chalk line jacket.
Yeah.
You have to say that.
If you don't know, you can say that.
Right.
We can't say that.
You guys can find me at the Wrestling Classic on Instagram. My personal is Justin Dillon. You don't really need to follow that, but you can if you want. Oh. The Twitter is TWC Worldwide, just because the Wrestling Classic was too long for a Twitter handle. And you can find merchandise at twcshop.com. TheWrestlingClassic.com if you want to read some reviews and see some old interviews with guys like Sheamus and Rikishi and Darren Young and Jinder Mahal and whoever else I randomly interviewed at once upon a time. And then speaking of interviews and doing talking stuff, you can find the TWC show on iTunes and Spotify, but now most importantly, you can find it on Dash Radio. It will be airing first on Dash Radio every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time and 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
Download the app, go to the website. It's on the Dash Talk X station. And Dash is dope, a ton of commercial-free music and all that stuff. So overall, if you're a music buff and you like good, radio shows and stuff like that, you can check us on Dash. But I will still be putting them up on iTunes. They'll still be up on Spotify, Google Play, and also on YouTube. Hopefully when I get back home, we can find a studio again and we can start recording the videos for the show again.
Nice.
We'll get to do some stuff. And I got to talk to a lot of people who are looking forward to come on the show soon. So
yeah, man, that should be awesome. And the link to your shop is in the chat right now.
Oh,
so
sweet. Go buy
anybody that is there,
and
click on that link.
I'm just going to throw it out there because I think this is probably going to be airing live right now.
Yeah.
I am dropping another shirt. It's going to be a limited edition shirt. I've started the Wrestling Classic on February 22nd, 2014, and I felt like, you know, I dropped a bunch of shirts back in 2015, 16, 17. I haven't really dropped anything new, so I'm teaming up with Lapel Yeah. We're going to drop a limited edition shirt with Lapel Yeah. It's going to be a Wrestling Classic shirt for the month of March. I don't know. It's coming out really soon, but for a lot of you that know me or do follow the page, I'm always talking about how just you got to throw yourself into things and believe in yourself, and you know, nobody's gonna believe in you unless you believe in yourself, and just taking chances and just doing. Listen, I started a wrestling page, had no intention for it, and now look what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So like
chalk line jackets. I'm just gonna keep saying chalk line jackets. So maybe they'll just fall from the sky. The biggest quote I always say, because I kind of stole it a little, kind of influenced by the Macho Man, I'd say, is embrace the madness, right? Embrace the madness. Whatever is the good and the bad, embrace it. Good things will just happen if you go in there with a positive attitude, But limited edition shirt coming out with Lapel, so keep your eyes out. Awesome.
Yeah.
Neeson, where can the people find you? I mean, your handle's right there, but you might as well.
You guys, look, you know, if you want to come, tell me how great Sasha Banks is.
The best. We can agree on that.
On my Instagram, Stay Fly Life.
Oh my goodness.
If you want to come talk about how amazing Tegan Knox is.
I love her too.
Yes.
She's great as
well.
Oh
my god. We have the same taste in women's wrestling. There you go.
Our women. It's come Stay Fly Life. On Twitter, it's Wire Up Squad, because, you know, it's all music and the blah, 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 blah. But Instagram, hit me up, Stay Fly Life, and then Pingle.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at JP Thrice. I will apologize in advance for all of the Doctor Who content you will be receiving tomorrow, because that's the finale. But I'm usually talking about wrestling there as well.
And his pup.
And my pup. Hashtag Henson the little pup. He's so cute. I can't wait to go home and see him.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot. If you follow me on any day, follow me on Wednesday.
Follow him on Wednesday.
Watch my story on Wednesday.
His stories on Wednesday are...
Oh,
fantastic.
Whoa, I'm intrigued. What's going on over here?
You can look, if you go to my page, look at my highlights. I have it. It's called Wednesday. That's all you got to know. You go through it, and I guarantee you have a great time.
I'm excited.
Can confirm. It's always a great time.
I'm kind of scared at the
no,
same
you
time.
should embrace the madness.
I'm going to embrace the madness that is that guy.
Yeah, just embrace the madness. There you go. Don't watch it at work.
No, don't. So for some of us, that's not a problem.
That's not a problem.
I don't know.
Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News. You knew that if you're watching this live. Also, Instagram.com/THS.wrestling. Most importantly, thathashtagshow.com for everything trending.
And geek pop
Culture.
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 Bye, Tegan. Bye.